Anime. You know what it is. Action, adventure, comedy, romance. But sometimes, one scene hits. And that scene doesn't just stay on the screen, it stays inside you. Somewhere deep. Because that moment, it's about loneliness. And it's so real that you pause and think, I've felt this before. Today we're talking about the anime loneliness moments that broke everyone. When anime stopped being just anime, and number 6 and number 11, you need to watch those. They'll genuinely teach you something. Moment number 1, Naruto. I just wanted someone to acknowledge me. Naruto Uzumaki. First arc, one simple scene. No epic fight, no dramatic reveal, just a little kid alone on a swing at night. The village sounds drifting from a distance, a celebration happening, and he was just there, outside, alone. That was Naruto's entire childhood. The village ignored him because of the nine-tailed fox. Classmates wouldn't talk to him, teachers didn't care. He was the kid whose birthday nobody came to. The day he was born, the village was in mourning. His very existence felt like a burden to people.
Go, Nine Tails!
And then, Irika genuinely cared about him for the first time. A simple gesture, bought him ramen, listened, actually listened, from the heart. Naruto's reaction wasn't some grand breakdown. It was a person who had been so alone for so long that one person's genuine care just broke him from the inside. This scene was so real because loneliness doesn't just come from being by yourself. Loneliness hits when you're surrounded by 1,000 people and not a single one actually sees you, actually hears you, actually cares. That kid at school who always ate lunch alone. That coworker in every meeting who nobody directly addresses. That feeling, I'm here but nobody's watching. Naruto captured it so accurately, it stopped feeling fictional. It was real for a lot of people. Personally. Moment number 2, Violet Evergarden, writing letters for people who can't. Violet Evergarden, episode 10, the one the fandom permanently calls the one that breaks you. Violet was an auto-memory doll. She wrote letters for people. She gave words to feelings. In this episode, she writes letters for a dying mother, for her daughter, for future birthdays, for future milestones, graduation, wedding day, all the moments the mother won't be there for, but she wanted her daughter to know that she thought about them, that she planned for them, that she loved her. The letters the mother could never deliver herself, Violet wrote them. The loneliness angle here was this. Violet herself couldn't properly understand emotions. She was a soldier. She was never taught to feel. And through this entire series, she kept putting other people's loneliness into words, expressing everyone else's pain. But her own, she never could.
Violet, why did you want to become a doll?
Because I want to know what I love you means.
What does it mean? I see.
This is a specific kind of loneliness, one that a lot of people experience. The ones who are always available for others, who support, help, and listen, but when they need someone, nobody's there. The ones with a reputation for being strong because they never showed weakness. Violet Evergarden captured the loneliness that doesn't show on the surface, the kind that lives behind the smile. Always. Moment number 3, Tokyo Ghoul, Kaneki's isolation after transformation. Tokyo Ghoul, Ken Kaneki, that moment when he realizes he's no longer who he was. The physical transformation happened, yes, but what was actually devastating was the emotional isolation. Kaneki, a shy, bookish, normal college student, suddenly found himself in a situation where going back to his old life wasn't possible. He couldn't go back to his best friend Hide. If he got close, there was a risk of hurting him. Couldn't go to class, couldn't go to his favorite coffee shop. That normal life, which was just there yesterday, was permanently inaccessible. This is the loneliness that comes from change, the kind that hits when you change for any reason and realize the old world doesn't fit anymore. Old relationships won't be the same. Who you were before and who you are now, those are two different people. And between them is a gap that can't be bridged. So many people feel this without becoming a ghoul. People who've gone through depression, who changed after trauma, who felt alone after a shift in their identity. That feeling of, I'm not who I used to be, and there's no place for me in the old world anymore. Tokyo Ghoul captured this so accurately it was uncomfortable. Genuinely, physically uncomfortable. Moment number 4, Attack on Titan, Levi's entire existence. Attack on Titan, Levi Ackerman. Everyone knows Levi as the strong one, humanity's strongest, cold, efficient, unshakable, the guy who nothing affects. But Levi's actual story, which gets carefully revealed in pieces, is a loneliness that's specifically devastating. Not because it's dramatic, because it's a pattern, a repeating, relentless pattern. Levi lost virtually every significant relationship in his life, lost his mother in the underground as a child, lost Isabel and Furlon, the first people who were actually his friends, who actually understood him. Lost squad after squad in the Survey Corps, lost Erwin, the man he would have done anything for, lost Hanjay. And Levi, who was so strong, always survived, every single time, alone. This is a specific kind of loneliness, survivor's loneliness, the kind that comes when you're always the one who makes it, when everyone around you keeps leaving and you're still here, still going, because stopping isn't an option. Survivor's guilt, which so many real people experience, was perfectly depicted in Levi's story. Levi never complains, never openly breaks down, he just keeps going. And that, out of this entire list, was the most real part. Moment number 5, Your Lie in April, Kosei's Silent World. Your Lie in April, Kosei Arima, the boy who stopped playing piano. After his mother's death, he simply couldn't hear sound anymore. The notes went deaf for him, internally, psychosomatically. He'd sit in front of the piano and nothing would come. Silence. His greatest strength, gone. This anime shows loneliness through grief, which is a specific angle and a very accurate one. Technically, Kosei had everything around him: friends, school, life, people who cared, but he was trapped in an internal bubble he couldn't break out of. His mother's memories, his guilt, if I'd been a better son, maybe she wouldn't have left, his silence. All of it kept him there, stuck, alone, even when surrounded. Kaori's arrival, her brightness, her music, her presence, cracked something in that bubble, but temporarily. And then Kaori's leaving, which was Your Lie in April's final heartbreak, revealed the truth that was the series' core.
Don't go. Pester me for Connolly's again. Call me out of nowhere to kill time. I don't care if I'm just friend A. Don't go. Please. Please, Cody. Don't leave me behind.
Sometimes the person who breaks your loneliness isn't permanent either, and after they leave, that loneliness feels heavier than before, because now you know it was possible to feel better, and they left anyway. Your Lie in April showed this so accurately that the people watching that final scene felt genuine pain, and it was a pain that was real. Moment number 6, ReZero, Subaru's I Have Nothing speech. ReZero, Subaru Natsuki, the scene that's permanently famous in the ReZero fandom, called I Have Nothing. Subaru was an isekai protagonist, theoretically. He was the hero type. He tried, he fought, he cared. And in that one scene, when Rem asked him who he actually was, he completely fell apart. He described the feeling that he had no actual skill, no actual value. The people around him would be better off without him. He was just there, but there was no real reason for his existence, no contribution, no worth. This is imposter syndrome, specifically, accurately. That specific loneliness that comes when you feel like your presence doesn't actually matter. Like if you weren't here, everything would be fine, maybe better. You're occupying space, but you don't deserve that space. So many people, specifically young adults, experience this exact feeling. In school, in college, at work, that constant background noise of, everyone around me is doing something. What am I? ReZero took that feeling, which is normally private, which people don't share, which feels embarrassing to confess, and validated it publicly through an anime protagonist. Millions of viewers saw themselves in that scene, and that validation wasn't just fictional for them, it was real. Moment number 7, Demon Slayer, Tanjiro carrying his family's memory. Demon Slayer, Tanjiro Kamado. The loneliness that isn't visible on the surface, but runs through the entire series. Tanjiro had a mission: cure Nezuko, fight demons, defeat Muzan. He was busy, always. Every arc had a new enemy. Every episode had something happening. But those quiet moments, on the train, at night in camp, after a fight, when Tanjiro thought about his family, those were Demon Slayer's most real emotional beats. The ones a lot of people don't notice. Tanjiro was alone in a specific way. He was out in the world, fighting, making friends, growing, but what he'd lost never came back. Home never returned. His mother's voice never returned. His siblings' laughter never returned. That warm, simple, normal life that was there in episode 1 was permanently gone. And that absence, that empty space, Tanjiro carried it, silently, always, without drama, without burdening anyone. In real life, people who've lost someone they love, they know this specific loneliness personally. You move on, you get better, you laugh, you work, you live your life. But a piece, that piece the relationship used to fill, stays a little empty, always. Tanjiro carried that feeling through the entire series, quietly, without telling anyone. And honestly, anime isn't just anime. It genuinely has the power to change people's lives. When I was working on this script, I felt like crying, because at the end of the day, one of these things happened to me too, and I went through that pain. It genuinely hurts, even now. Moment number 8, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Edward's Silent Burden. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Edward Elric. FMAB was a story about brotherhood. Two brothers, together, always. That's the surface reading. But Edward's loneliness, which was subtle, which was never directly addressed through the whole series, was a specific type. One that a lot of people know personally. Edward was a child who made adult decisions, who in trying to bring his mother back, lost his arm and Al's entire body, who from that point forward carried a silent, continuous guilt. This happened because of me. It was my fault. It was my responsibility. And that guilt placed him somewhere where he almost stopped thinking about himself entirely. Bringing Al back, that was the obsession, that was the priority. Edward kept his own pain, his own needs, his own grief secondary, always. That loneliness that comes from responsibility, that hits when you grow up too fast, was clearly visible in Edward. How many people experience this, who become the strong pillar of their home at a young age, who hold everything together for their parents, siblings, family, and their own grief, their own pain, they don't even know where it is. Because they can't afford to cry, can't afford to break. Edward Elric represented that character who was strong for the world, and on the inside, completely alone. Watch it. I say this because anime isn't just something to watch, it's something to understand. Moment number 9, Hunter x Hunter, Gon's complete breakdown. Hunter x Hunter, Gon Freaks, Chimera Ant Arc. Gon was the sunshine character, the person who stayed positive, showed empathy even to enemies, and would do anything for his friends. He was the character who made people smile. Then, Kite's death happened, and all of that slowly broke him. Gon's breakdown, "It's not like I can do anything," was H-Trimage's most disturbing moment. Not because it was graphic, but because it was the collapse of a genuinely good person. Watching it was deeply uncomfortable. This loneliness, the kind born from helplessness, is devastating. When you give everything, try everything, and what matters to you is still gone, then you realize you never had control. It was never in your hands. You couldn't do anything. Gon's isolation was internal, and it's something many people understand. Those moments when you want to help someone, but can't. That helpless loneliness turns into guilt, then anger, then nothing. And guys, I've personally felt this kind of loneliness. It hurts. Sometimes people say everything happens for a reason, but that's not always true, and H-Trimage proved something by breaking its sunshine character. Nobody is immune to this feeling. Moment number 10, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Shinji's isolation. Neon Genesis Evangelion, Shinji Ikari, NGE, released in 1995, captured loneliness from an angle anime had rarely explored before. Shinji was saving the world. Giant robots, apocalyptic battles, humanity's future rested on his shoulders. He was the protagonist, the center of everything. And still, he was completely alone. Because Shinji's loneliness wasn't external, it was internal. He didn't know how to connect with people. When someone got close, he pulled away. He was terrified of rejection, abandonment, and being hurt. So he developed a pattern. Leave first. Push people away before they could leave him. This kind of loneliness is painfully common. The person who desperately wants connection but sabotages it when it arrives. Because if you create the distance, at least you stay in control. 3 decades later, NGE's portrayal of loneliness still feels relevant. People still discuss it because the fear it captured never disappeared. Shinji was a hero, and at the same time, one of the loneliest characters in anime. These were the moments when anime stopped being just anime, when what was on the screen was also inside you. Loneliness is a universal feeling. Everyone at some point feels it. And anime, which some people dismiss as just cartoons, gave this feeling a voice. Through these characters, through these moments. For everyone who feels like nobody will understand, these characters understood. These moments understood. Tell me in the comments, which moment hit closest to home for you? Is there another moment you think should have been on this list? I read every single comment, and if you're an anime lover, you already know what to do.